Welcome guys to a brand new video. Today we're going to be going over squatters' rights. And yeah, squatters' rights is a thing. It's actually a huge problem at the moment. In fact, it's a problem in the United States mostly that I know of. But all 50 states have squatters' rights, except one. Recently, Governor Ron DeSantis from Florida has passed a bill that doesn't allow squatters to have rights. And it was pretty controversial, but it passed, and a lot of people were happy about it because of the squatters' rights was bringing a lot of problems to homeowners. And the problem is that, you know, the homeowners basically would have to be still paying their mortgage while other people are living in their home, which is pretty crazy to me. But this is a thing that was happening, and they were destroying their home at the same time, causing lots of damage actually. So it's become a huge problem in a lot of the states, but you know, Florida has taken care of it apparently. So let's get into the first video. The first video is about a Venezuelan influencer encouraging other migrants to go out there and just start squatting in other people's homes because of the laws in America. And I think New York has the biggest problem, New York and California, with squatters right now, because people are just going into these homes and just camping there, and then just not paying any bills or anything, destroying the homes at the same time, having 10, 20, 30 people in one home. It's absolutely crazy. But let's get into the first video. It's about the Venezuelan migrant that told other migrants about squatting illegally too. So here we go. First video.
A Venezuelan national dubbed the migrant influencer is at the center of controversy this morning. He has been using TikTok to coach migrants how to live in the U.S. by taking advantage of laws protecting squatters. Hanadoba reports.
In his most recent controversial TikTok video, Moreno is telling his followers to avoid living on the streets in the United States. They can, quote, invade empty homes and live there, saying under U.S. law, if a house is uninhabited, it can be seized, referring to squatting rights in our country. That video garnered almost 4 million views.
As we have more migrants moving into cities, more homelessness, we are going to see more of it, more squatting.
James Burling is a property rights attorney.
But they're talking about all the advantages that you can get from squatting. It's inevitable that it's going to increase.
In past videos, the illegal migrant bragged that he came to the United States to vacation and now lives off U.S. taxpayers because he had a child in this country. He also tells his followers that he waits for Americans' hard-earned pension checks to come in every month. In another video, he is urging fellow Venezuelans to pay the fines of a 15-year-old migrant who allegedly shot a tourist in Times Square, saying, quote, today it could be him, tomorrow it could be one of you. But this recent video on squatting is making headlines, as Moreno tells his comrades that if they fix up an abandoned home that is deteriorated or in bad condition, they can get credits when the properties are sold. While Burling says that is not the case, the misinformation is now out there.
Well, I think publicity, like what we're seeing in TikTok and viral videos of that nature, are going to magnify the idea that squatting is an alternative to not having enough housing.
Now this next video we're about to watch is pretty funny. This is basically this guy. He squats on another squatter. Basically, he goes in their home. Tries to go in their home anyway, you'll see. So let's start this video. It's actually pretty funny.
Somebody moved in her house, and this is her lawyer, and they want him out.
May I have your permission to enter your domicile?
You have my permission.
May I have the keys?
Sure.
So maybe you're a squatter trying to outmaneuver a squatter.
My attorney has the papers that says it's my house.
Well, I brought my bathrobe. I think I'm gonna go move in. Come with me.
But before I went to move in, I called the cops. After all, I don't carry a weapon, and Lynn, who is known to the Michigan penal system as Arthur, is on probation for felonious assault with a deadly weapon.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
I'm coming to move in.
You are?
Yeah, I got the keys. What's for What's for dinner?
I'm not cooking dinner. I'm finna go pick up my child.
Oh, can I get in?
No, sir.
But I have the deed here.
You do?
Yeah, here's the deed. Here's the check.
All right.
Here's the deed, and I got permission from the landlord.
Okay, tell the landlord to come here.
I can legally go in there.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I can legally go.
Yeah, you can legally come in.
So let me in my house.
I'll let you in your house. This is Lynn Williams' house.
Oh, it's...
Lynn Williams.
It doesn't say Lynn.
Well, of course not, because she took all my paperwork and everybody else know it.
If I left my house, say for a month.
And a half.
You think you would be entitled to move in there?
Well,
take my stuff?
Well, it's a lot of, I'm not the only one that is squatting. It's a lot of other people on the block, if you want to be technical, you know, and a lot of people encouraged me to do what I'm doing now.
But she wants her place back.
Yeah, but I had put a lot of work in here, and I spent a lot of money. I am on a fixed income.
Is that power hooked up legit there?
My power is...
That's not legit.
It's not legit.
No, you stealing a little bit of power.
I am blessed.
What do you do for a living?
I receive Social Security. I don't have
What
no
happened?
secrets.
Disability?
Yes.
What's your ailment?
I'm not going to say.
That's her right.
That is.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The only thing that I have now is a letter stating that I moved here.
Can I see the letter?
Yeah.
Well, that's from the Postal Service.
Yeah,
that doesn't count.
official.
Well, what's your legal name, Lynn or Arthur? Which one
This
is
is
it?
my name, L-Y-N-N, Lynn.
Lynn
Williams.
Arthur. Lynn Arthur Williams.
That's my government name.
That's
yes.
the government
That's
name.
my
So,
government
but that's
name.
not on
Junior,
that.
As well as Junior.
Junior.
Because I'm a woman. I'm not
Respect.
trying to. Thank you, because you're
Total
trying to call me out here.
I don't think you're going to get away with this.
I mean, I probably not.
Yeah.
Only thing that I have stays here until
Put your hand on the back now.
Oh,
I'm going to jail for squatting.
that's a turn of events.
Call my boyfriend next up.
Are you going to bail her out?
This can technically a violation of probation, so...
Oh, so she could be violating probation, means she go to jail for a while.
2 years.
2 years, which solves the homeless problem. Look at my new house. It's going to be great. As soon as the police get out. Well, George, it's going to fit me real nice, bro. Appreciate the hookup. Remember, there's rules. You got to get permission to live in somebody else's house.
Yeah, it was a pretty good video, but let's go into this other video. Basically, this lady went on vacation only to come back and find other squatters in a house. I mean, it's crazy. I think it was like 10 people or more in the house, actually. But let's check the video out. Here we go.
A homeowner's worst nightmare turns into a reality. After going on a relaxing vacation, the homeowner returned to a shocking discovery. She says her house was destroyed and taken over by squatters.
When you go away on vacation, you never expect to find this when you return home. As many as 10 total strangers living inside your home. Jim Murray is there.
Imagine coming back from vacation and finding your house has been broken into and damaged. 6 to 10 people are living here with 5 cats and a dog.
It was a shock. I mean, it was. I didn't understand how people could do that.
Crystal Taylor says it happened to her at her home in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, outside Tulsa.
I was so furious, but there was nothing I could do.
Neighbors say the squatters moved in at 3 in the morning. They didn't come in the front door. They pried open the garage door and came in this way.
This is one of the alleged squatters, and she insists she had every right to be there.
I didn't scam anyone.
Cherie Tuning says she found the home listed on Craigslist. She says she even signed a rental lease with a bunch of roommates. But look at the so-called owner's last name on the lease. It says Parker, even though Crystal Taylor is the legal owner of the house. Tuning admits she thought it bizarre when the keys didn't work.
Was she dumb enough to go along with it the whole time?
The alleged squatters lived in the home for a week and a half. Just look how many there were. Police finally gave them the boot. The damage inside was staggering.
You'll notice there's stains everywhere. There were the litter boxes in every room.
Crystal says her house was filled with unwanted surprises, none more disgusting than when she opened the refrigerator and the freezer and found this.
I just never imagined the house looking like this. It's sad.
All right, guys, here's the bill I was telling you about earlier. This is the one that Ron DeSantis passed in Florida, state of Florida, that doesn't give squatters any rights, actually. So here we go. Let's get right into the video.
Wednesday, Florida's governor signed a new law to streamline that removal process,
providing very swift remedies, because what the squatters know is even when they're in the wrong, it's a massive process many times before they can be evicted, and a lot of times the process is very expensive.
Property owners will now be able to request law enforcement immediately remove a squatter if they entered illegally. They've been told to leave and haven't, and as long as they're not involved in a tenant-landlord legal dispute. The new law also increases penalties. A second-degree felony if squatters cause more than $1,000 in damage, and a first-degree felony for knowingly advertising a fake home sale or rental.
My name is Justin Melcarrick, and I'm just one of the neighbors that had to deal with squatters invading our street.
The change is a big win for Floridians like Justin, who warned Wednesday just how bad things can get.
The squatters brought reckless driving, drugs, weapons, and verbal threats to the lives of my neighbors.
The new law also getting rave reviews from Florida's largest professional trade association, Florida Realtors. Vice President Andy Gonzalez said the Sunshine State now has a deterrent to halt the horror stories.
If you own a property, even if you're away for a period of time, you shouldn't have to go through legal loopholes if there's someone squatting your house.
The next step is for the changes to take effect. Florida's anti-squatting law now coming online in July of this year.
Okay, guys, this is the one that is pretty disturbing. You have a woman that is the owner of the home, and she brought paperwork and everything, and she still ends up getting arrested in her own home due to squatters. So this is crazy. This is the way the laws work, though, because she tried to, fiddle with the lock. So it's a big problem.
I don't know the law. Yeah, there's laws. You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are.
How about that? A squatter standoff. A property owner confronts a group of people she says moved into her $1 million home in Queens, and our cameras were rolling as dozens of officers showed up.
Several people were taken away in handcuffs, and one of those arrested may surprise you.
Investigative reporter Dan Krauth joins us now with more on what happened. Tell us, Dan.
Well, this is a very big growing problem. I received dozens of tips from viewers about this in just the past week. I went to do what I thought was going to be a routine interview. Instead, we capture what police and property owners are dealing with on a daily basis.
I have video of you. Who are these people? The situation. Yeah, but they're in my house, man. Relax. No.
To understand how this day ended,
We need the police right away.
with multiple 911 calls and arrests, we have to start at the beginning.
Adele, the hardest question is, how do you say your name?
We met Adele Andaloro outside the home her parents left her in Flushing, Queens. She's in the process of selling it.
No, he locked it.
But she's been locked out. She claims squatters moved in on February 6th and refused to leave.
What's it like being here knowing you can't go inside of your own home?
It's enraging. It really is.
In New York, squatters have rights after 30 days.
By the time that someone does their investigation and they do their work and their job, we'll be well over the 30 days, and this man will have stolen my home. And now she's back.
Just after wrapping up our interview, a woman showed up.
What are you doing in the house? Are you renting this house? Why are you here?
She unlocked the front door, saw our cameras, and took off.
It's open. Let's go in the house. It's open.
Adele and her daughter, with the property deed in hand, went inside.
This is my furniture. These are my curtains.
She didn't just find her belongings inside.
There's a man sleeping right there. Get out of my house.
She found two men.
How long have you lived here?
I moved in about 2 days ago.
They've called the police on me, and I've called the locksmith. I didn't come in illegally. The door was open.
Police started interviewing neighbors and looking for documents.
Do you have something that shows that you've been here for more than 30 days?
They took the man who told me he had been renting for 2 days out in handcuffs.
They got one out.
And escorted the other guy off the property.
Now you're afraid to come out.
I'm not coming out. This house is empty. This is my home. My locksmith is on the corner waiting to change my locks. And that's not fair. It's not fair that I, as the homeowner, should be having to go through this.
How you doing?
Minutes later, a locksmith showed up. But police gave her a warning before they left.
I may end up in handcuffs today if this man shows up here and says that I have illegally evicted him. I said to them, let him take me to court the way I've been told to take him to court. But today, I'm not leaving my house.
Less than 10 minutes after police left and the locks were changed. The man who claims to be the one actually leasing the house shows up.
Call the police again.
With the other guy, police took off the property.
Do you see this? This guy just literally broke down my door. Broke through myself and my daughter to get in here. This guy just forced himself into my house. Yes, he did. And so did you. You broke through the front door.
The man called the police on her.
So why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
Because technically he can't be kicked out. We need to go to court.
They consider this a landlord-tenant issue. And by law, it has to be handled through the housing court, not with police.
If you own this house, you would not want her inside.
I don't own this.
Exactly,
Yes.
she does.
Yes, but then once again, you should know how the law works.
I do
And
know how it
there's-
works.
There's rules to the as you got to go to court and send me to civil court.
He says he signed a lease in October, but wouldn't tell us with who.
I got proof longer than that.
Show us the proof.
But who are you for me to show? I showed it to cops.
Dan with Channel 7 News. If you don't want to show it, you don't want to show it.
Cool. Come here, brother. I like that.
I would like to see it.
He didn't show me a lease.
This is a bill.
A bill for work he says he had done to the house. He didn't show police a lease either.
The police department doesn't have the lease?
No.
He's got no documentation.
Just bills.
So Adele, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
And where's your lease?
She's fighting the house. It's not her house anymore.
My deed
That's
is
what it was
current
told
and
to me.
legal.
Arrested for unlawful eviction. She changed the locks on a man who claims he lives there.
So how does this all end then? When do you leave?
The way it ends is either she pays me my money that I put into the house, pay me the money, and I'll leave, or send me to court, and we deal with the judge in court.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you got this far, please subscribe and like the video and drop a comment. What do you guys think of these squatters? I mean, do you think they should have rights, or do you think they shouldn't have any rights at all? Leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.